Right, well the Loco we're going to have a look at today is not brand new. This is one that's previously been in my collection for a long while now. This is something I did last year as a one-off, which was the mainline colic goods, which was replaced with the Batman one. And so I thought I'd do another one of these where I have a look at a locomotive that I've already got in my collection, because it makes a change from just reviewing brand new stuff all the while. But anyway, also the door that's usually open at the side of me here is not open. That is because we've got strong gusts of wind today, so luckily I'm relying on that light up there and that door over there. I apologise if you can hear the wind, but I can't really help that. So what we're looking at today, we are looking at a Hornby model, as you can see, and we are looking at the Terrier, the LB&SCR 060 Terrier Class A1X, and this one is called Piccadilly and it's number 41. Now I bought this model back in 2008, which was on my birthday, because I spent some Christmas and birthday money, and I bought this along with a few other things. Another thing I got was a V3 tank by Batman in BR Black. Listen to the wind, and it was a weathered one, so that was a bonus. And I think I got another Loco as well, I'm not too sure. But I remember looking at this particular model on pictures on the internet for a long time in that year, and I think, wow, I want one of those. And so my chance came when I went to Models Mecca and bought it. So let's get this model open and see what it's like. So there's the old Hornby box. Sorry, I nearly said Batman then. Then we have the card insert here, which is nothing too special. Now the instructions are in my folder, so I'll just get them. Right, so I've just moved the model out of the way, just for this bit, and bring the folder into shot. Now it's a bit more organised since the last time you saw it. So here are the instructions for the Terrier, as you can see, because I wrote Terrier on the instructions, and I know this is the Terrier one, because you can see here. So it's how to remove the body and replacing the motor, lubrication, the couplings, how to remove them, and that's basically about it, to be honest. Not really a fat lot in there. Not that it bothers me. Okay, so there's the instructions. So now back to the model. Now it would, brand new, be wrapped in tissue paper, but I've taken that off and thrown it in the bin because it's not really brilliant stuff. So all we need to do now is to gently lift this beaut out and then take away the polystyrene tray. Now I have cut some bits out of it because I have detailed it a bit. Well, put some things on it. Now you do get details in there. You get a spare dome, which is a black one, though it defeats the point of having it, because on this model the dome is green, just like, well, its livery is green. You get a boiler extension, which you cannot fit on the model because I've tried to do it, and you get some other bits and bobs as well to fit on. But anyway, I think I've thrown those details away. I may have lost them, I'm not sure. I can't really seem to find them, but I had no cause to use them anyway. So here is the Terrier itself. Now these are really lovely models. I highly recommend them. They are ex-Dapple tooling, which was sold to Hornby. Dapple do make the N-gauge ones. If you want an OO gauge one, go for Hornby. You can still get the Dapple OO gauge ones if you hunt around on eBay, but I prefer the Hornby ones. I don't know why, I just do. So where do we start? Well, for starters, there is actually a fair bit of weight in this model, which is what we need. It's not massively heavy like some of the models I've held, but there is still weight in there, and that's what we need, because it needs to be able to pull. I think I repeated myself there. It needs weight to pull a train of wagons or coaches, whatever, because otherwise it wouldn't be a very popular model with anybody, I wouldn't have thought. So there is weight in there, and also it's an 060, because there's 6 wheels in the middle and there's none at the front and the back. So let's do a little bit of brief history on this class. They were known as Terriers because of the sharp bark produced from the exhaust. Oh, listen to the wind there. Also, they were nicknamed Routers, have no idea why. And also, some of these engines were nicknamed Hailing Billies because they worked on the Hailing Island branch line, which closed in 1963 due to the wooden bridge that needed repairs that they couldn't afford. They were also designed by William Stroudley, who, one little fact about him, was colourblind. He couldn't tell the difference between green and yellow, and so he introduced a yellow shade of green. Also, they were built at Brighton Works between, well, they was built from 1872 to 1874. 10 are preserved, which is quite a number. And these are the A1Xs because they were given bigger driving wheels, smaller cylinders, slightly bigger boilers, and they doubled the coal capacity. The A1s, they didn't have the double coal capacity. They had smaller wheels and boilers, and you name it. And they worked on, well, we've said they worked on the Hailing Island branch, but they also worked on the Isle of Wight network, where they had the extended bunkers, which you can only get them ones made by Dapper. You can't get them by Hornby, but there you go. And also, there was a few that operated on the Kent and East Sussex line. So they got round a fair bit, they did. But anyway, so let's move back onto the detail. So we've talked about the weight. The couplings, they are medium. You can remove them, but it's via screws. So you can't really fit one of your own in like a slimmer coupling. But you do get a nice hook there if you wanted to fit a chain link coupling on the front. And you do get these big brake pipes at both ends, like they should be. Also, one thing that makes a Terrier unique is they have raised buffers. Now, these are not sprung, they are plastic buffers, but that's understandable because it would be hard to spring load them when they're raised. So I can understand why they've done that. Also, what I have added on, which doesn't come on the model, are these lamp irons. They're not painted yet, because I'm going to paint them red after. And I've done it on both sides, or ends, sorry. And I've done that because in reality the Terriers do have these lamp irons. So I've added them on myself, which wasn't too difficult if I'm being honest. You do get nice cab steps on both sides of the cab, of course. You get some nice lining on the buffer beams though, as you can see. The wheels are green, which is good because it matches the body, and if they were black it would spoil it a bit. You get brake rods down here, and this here is sanding gear, which is moulded but it's there, so we can't really complain. We've also got the wheel splashes there, or wheel arches, whatever you prefer to call them, and sanding boxes as well. You also get some nice detail here, which is good. You get a nice chimney with what's meant to be a copper cap chimney, but in this case it's just painted gold. But it's there, so it's nice. And there's the front of the smoke box door, which has the smoke box door boiler bands and handles painted silver, which is really nice. And also you get a handrail as well at the top, which is put on separately. It's not moulded, as you can see there. Also get separately added on handrails on the top of the boiler, as well as these washout plugs, I think is what they're called. And you've got the water filler caps as well, and a nice green dome with all these steam pipes, I think what they're called. And also there's the whistle. You get the roof that is raised slightly up, which is what it's supposed to be. There's some glazing in the cab windows, front and the back. As you can see there, the coal bunker is painted green, and it really does stand out as well. So that's really nice. Also you can see I've added a real coal loading as well. That there I think is a toolbox of some sort, I'm not sure, but it's there and it's painted, so that's really good. There's also some handrails here as well, by the cab, and also there is cab detail in there as well. It's not painted, but it's there. And they've got the firebox there, right, because it's quite low, as you can see. Also the livery, it's spot on. bad focus there. Right, there we go. I don't know what happened then. So we have the accurate livery with Piccadilly written on both sides, and I love the embossed on the lettering. Looks really good. And there's the number, 41. As you can see. And one thing about the Terriers, after running, if you hold it by the tanks at the side, it does feel warm. Which is interesting, I think. And that sounds a bit weird, but that's just me. And on the back, we just gently spin it around. We have the same level of detail. We do have a Westinghouse pump at the side there as well, which is how it's supposed to be. Again, accurate livery application, which I love the white lining that goes around. Also, they have really accurate slow geared motors, because these didn't really bolt around at 90 miles an hour. So it's really good that they've got slow motors, because when you compare it to an 040 that runs unrealistically too fast, well, you wouldn't really want it to run like that, because it would be a bit of a disappointment. And one thing about the motors, it does sound like a real Terrier when it's running, which is, I think, it's really cool, because it's trying to replicate the bark from the exhaust. And you've got the running board as well, which is nice and painted, like it should be. And that's about it, to be honest. There's not really much else to say about it. But they are really lovely models, and I recommend you buy one, because I do plan on a second Terrier. I'm planning on, well, I did originally plan on the Southern Green one, but I'm planning on a BR Black one now, after seeing photos and footage of these running on the Howling Island branch. And I think it'll be really cool to have them double heading as well. But wow, they are really nice models, and I have seen two of these in real life, Martello and Stepney, but I would love to see more of them. It's just a shame that not many preserve railways ask to borrow them for their gala events. But anyway, so, there's nothing else to do other than to put her on the track. Right, so here we are at the track, and we're going to run it on this line today, because it makes a change, because recently we have run a lot of models on this line. So I'll just get the Terrier, and that was easy to put on because it's an 060. So now let's get her running. Now that is a really smooth mechanism. There's no grinding noises or anything. As you can see, it's passing through the station. And here's the auto train with the pannier in the middle. These two wagons, by the way, they're going to be repainted. So I just thought I'd point that out. But anyway, so there goes the Terrier. Passing by the seaside that still needs to have people on it and that. But that will be happening soon. But wow, just look at that. And listen to that motor as well. So here she goes passing the shed, where 2142 and 4652 is waiting. And there's the Class 121 bubble car and the new Duke dog. There she goes, under the bridge. And she's going to go over the crossing and through the tunnel. And she's going to appear at this end. There she is. And here are the three cattle wagons, which I have put cows in. As you can just about see them. So wow, she is a great model as well for running. And also she can run backwards as well. Well, we all know that, but she's great running backwards as well. Wow. And there's a great noise as well that comes from the motor there. See, it just sounds like a Terrier. But we don't want to go running backwards too much on this line, because it'll be going in the wrong direction. Right, now she's going to pull this Raco 3 Southern Region coaches, as you can see. Two of them of which, being these two, are made by Hornby. This one I have no idea who it's made by. I think it was a kit that someone was selling with these two, which I got on eBay. And so it was a really great deal. Especially because this one does have a few seated people inside it, which is great. The most that this terrier can haul is about 3 coaches. Hauling 4-wheel coaches, it may be more, but then I don't really expect this to be as strong as a 9F, because they weren't able to pull like 10 coaches in reality anyway. Because, well, they weren't as strong as a 9F anyway. She can haul wagons as well, but we're going to haul these coaches. Sorry, we're not going to haul these coaches. She is going to haul them. So let's get her going, and she can manage with these quite easily. So there she goes. Passing through the station and by the grounded coach body. And then passing the seaside where all the passengers are waving to the invisible people. Look at that, see? That's no trouble to her. She can manage easily. And then when she goes through that tunnel arch, she's going to appear out through the other end. So is there anything left to say about this great model? Well, she won't get a 10 out of 10 of course, but she'll get a 7, which I think is a reasonable score. But I think every layout that has a steam loco should have one of these. Because they're just a unique class of steam loco, even if it's a tank engine. It's a shame this one didn't make it to preservation, but as long as I have it running on the layout, then I'm happy. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. And feel free to post a comment if you want.